according to YouTube analytics, only a small percentage of those watching my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like my content or like what I do here, please do check down below to see if you are subscribed. It is free and you can always unsubscribe later. Now that being said, I am trying to get to 1K by this time next year, but first of all, I'd like to thank you guys all for getting me to almost 500 subscribers. It's been absolutely wild. When I first made this channel, I only had 12 subscribers in December of this year, and to grow to almost 500 in this span of like, I don't know, a month, it has been wild. And I do hope you guys like the content. I am going to be trying to post other things besides Dream SMP, but definitely a lot of Dream SMP content. I did take a little bit of a break from Dream SMP content, just because there's been so much to analyze and I never knew where to start exactly. But with that being said, today we're going to be talking about Dream in the prison, and also a bit about Ranboo and Ranboo's visit to the prison. And this visit is quite important, I'd say, and as well as, you know, Dream leading up to the prison. Now, first of all, I have to brag. I was right, guys. In my first analysis of Dream, I said that green bastard was gonna go into the prison, and guess who was right? I was. Guess what? I'm writing the Dream SMP script. It was me all along. I was the real writer. I know it all. I know it all. And it's just really interesting when your theories become right. Yeah, I knew that green guy was gonna go into that prison, and it's been really interesting to find out that he really has been being sent to this prison. It's really fascinating, actually. But we'll be talking about a few things surrounding that. Now, first of all, I have to say, Dream's definitely going to escape the prison. I can just feel it. I can just feel it in my bones, in my body. He is not going to be permanently in that prison. Something screams that. I think it could be partly to do with the egg. If you don't know, there's this egg on the Dream SMP that's growing, and I could see this egg, you know, since it's the egg is the current theory from Fundy and Tubbo is that the egg is a spawn from Dreamon, or it's related to Dreamon in some way. Like, maybe Badboyhalo is a Dreamon, maybe he made the egg, maybe the egg itself is Dreamon. It's just whatever, it's just a bad thing. It's a really bad thing, and it's connected to Dreamon in some way. In some way, for sure, definitely. And I can see, you know, Dream being a Dreamon and everything. I can see the egg relating to him in some ways. And I can see maybe, you know, the growth of the egg, maybe it influences Awesamdude. Maybe Awesamdude will let Dream out of the prison, or as we all know, Badboyhalo is planned to be one of the prison guards. So Badboyhalo being a prison guard could mean, you know, that he might start feeling some sympathy and empathy for Dream, or the egg might tell him to release Dream, because the egg wants that, and Badboyhalo is really loyal to the egg, so I can see some conflict being there. I can also see some conflict with Ranboo and Dream. Ranboo is obviously, you know, very influenced by Dream. He's being manipulated by Dream. I had a theory that he's part Dreamon, or at least he is possessed by a Dreamon and everything. And I can see that being a very likely possibility, that Ranboo is definitely not okay. Ranboo is definitely struggling with something related to Dreamon. You know, whether he was always part Dreamon, or he recently became possessed, or like more easily influenced by a Dreamon. I could see the possibility of that being likely as well, where Ranboo is easier targeted, and as we all know, Ranboo in his panic room, he heard Dream as a voice in the panic room, and he could hear him in Obsidian, and Dream always spoke in third person and said things like, "You blew up the community house, you helped blow up manberg, you gave us TNT," and Ranboo would have no memory of it, and being like, "I don't know what this is." yada 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 yada. And, you know, it could be true that Ranboo didn't actually do those things, but to me it seems more likely that he did, but he's under the influence of Dreamon, and he doesn't remember it because he's the type of Dreamon that doesn't remember what, you know, the real Ranboo, the Ranboo that isn't possessed. You know, that one. I can see that coming into play. And obviously Ranboo himself is not a villain or a bad person, but I could see some of his actions could be pointing to Dreamon behavior if it was true, because, you know, Dream in the prison greeted him and was like, "You're my friend, you're best friends with Dream," and Ranboo was really confused by this, and Dream started talking in third person again, which leads me to believe that Dream did not get rid of Dreamon. Funby and Tubbo might have thought they got rid of Dreamon, and I don't know, maybe it possessed him again afterwards, but there definitely seems to be Dream being influenced by Dreamon as well, or he is the Dreamon, you know, the main big Dreamon that everyone just hears, and I could see that being a big possibility. Now, obviously, I had to talk. Ranboo's visit to the Dream SMP prison, Pandora's vault, the whole thing was pretty off, and it points many people to believe that Ranboo's visit didn't actually happen at all. And I think I agree with that. I don't think it happened on the Dream SMP. Now here are the signs of that. Obviously, Ranboo, when going through the nether portal, he did not go into the same nether that Badboyhalo did, and he visited not long before. He was in a warped forest, which is where Endermen spawn in the nether, and it was obviously not boxed in. He got teleported when he went through the portal. Now obviously this could be unintentional, as we all know. Portals on the Dream SMP are a little bit weird and whack and a little bit messed up. So it could definitely be a possibility that that was unintentional, and that, you know, Ranboo was supposed to go through the normal box surrounding, but I think it's likely as well that it's not. It was intentional, and him spawning into the nether, into a warped forest, could mean a lot to the plot, and it could point to evidence that Ranboo is dreaming or hallucinating, and that he didn't visit Dream at all while in the prison. Another note is that Awesamdude is acting differently. As we all know, when Awesamdude's in the prison, he has his own warden voice. He's much more not fun and like the normal Sam, and Ranboo doesn't know that Awesamdude, so he'd probably assume that, you know, Sam would be just the same with him as before as a warden, which obviously is not really the case. And, you know, Awesamdude didn't talk in his usual tone of voice, and Awesamdude actually let him take his memory book into the prison, which is honestly surprising. It is really surprising to me, at least. Another possibility I see happening is, well, actually, we're still going with this. When he goes in and visits, the time that he takes to actually get through everything is much shorter, and also he started feeling nauseous while inside the prison. Dream just flat out disappeared, and he didn't log out of the server, but he just like flat out disappeared, and he started getting the nausea effect, and the walls started falling on him, and he died while inside the cell. And that could be a part of a dream or hallucination. But at the same flip side to that, I do think it is a dream or hallucination, and that Ranboo did not visit Dream on the Dream SMP. But I think it's some kind of alternate reality, maybe an alternate timeline. As we all know, Karl Jacobs is a time traveler, and I think that could relate to it. I think that is a likely possibility that Ranboo was in a different timeline or a different reality, a different string of of life, and it was not in the Dream SMP, but it still will influence the effects of what happens on the real SMP. And here is why I think that is the way that it is. This is obviously not the same game. It hasn't happened on the SMP, but I just like to kind of do a little comparison to a different video game. If you guys don't know, there's this game called Ranboo. And in Ranboo, there was two different realities. There was normal reality and the ultra reality, where the little girl in the game could go to if she took these pills. And when she took these pills and went into the alternate reality, she was able to do things that she couldn't do in the normal world, despite the alternative reality not really actually existing. And it was, but things still happened from her experiences of being on the pills and everything. And I just find that really interesting, that whole concept. And there's probably reasons why there is that in Ranboo, but I could see, the Dream SMP coming to something quite similar, where, Ranboo is in a different reality, but it's still going to make effects on the Dream SMP. Maybe Ranboo will wake up in the real Dream SMP prison, and maybe Dream will be there. Maybe they swapped places now, and Ranboo's stuck in the prison, and Dream's escaping and pretending to be Ranboo or something like that. I can see that being a likely possibility, and I can see Awesamdude maybe being upset at Ranboo for his actions, and maybe Ranboo will be hunted down, like in the disclosure he signed. Which I think that the ties of reality are starting to bend, especially with Time Traveler Karl, and, alternate realities are something that seems in the possibility now. It seems in the realm now on the server. It doesn't seem... Before, I didn't really think of any kind of theories like that or anything, but I can see that being a possibility now with the help of Time Traveler Karl Jacobs from the Tales from the SMP. So, to me, it just makes a lot of sense that Ranboo did hallucinate or dream it, but it did still happen in some regards, and is going to come back and face the real SMP in some way, shape, or form. And maybe Ranboo will help Dream escape the prison. I think Ranboo is compromised to Dreamon's sources, and to me it would make a lot of sense that this would be the case, and I can see it definitely going that way. I don't think Dream is going to last forever in the prison. As you all know, in history, there's been a ton of prisons that, have been inescapable. I guess I'm thinking of Alcatraz. I'm pretty sure that prison's extremely hard to escape. Yet, people still did. There was 2 people that still did. They still escaped the prison. And there is that whole thing of, like I said, the Titanic was said to be unsinkable. The Alcatraz prison was inescapable. It just seems to me that it seems too good to be true. Whenever there's anything good on the SMP, it always feels too good to be true. And I think it's going to come into play, and that's why Dream went into the prison and everything. And it's going to come out, he is going to get out of the prison, and people are going to find him. Maybe there'll be a little Minecraft Manhunt, if you will. Maybe that's the origin of Minecraft Manhunt. Maybe it'll tie into Real Dream. I don't know. If you guys don't know, by the way, I know that the Dream SMP seed is a Minecraft Manhunt seed. Or it was before. It's not a new one. I think it was a 200 one. But that seed is the same seed as the Dream SMP. One of them. One of the Manhunts is. Which I find really fascinating. I can see maybe, Dream running from the hunters is actually him, escaping prison, and that's why he's trying to beat the game and everything. I can see that, definitely that kind of thing happening, for sure. Where Dream escapes the prison and, all the guards are chasing after him, and it becomes a little Minecraft Manhunt game, That'd be a little cool twist. I don't know if that would actually happen, but I would find that pretty cool, to be honest. I definitely would. And also, a few other things that I wanted to say. I can see Awesamdude letting Dream go, because Awesamdude is getting involved with the egg and the egg empire and trying to take it down. And I can see Awesamdude, like I said, being corrupted. And obviously, I do see the egg as some kind of Dreamon source, or at least it made Badboyhalo become a Dreamon. And those two things combined, and Badboyhalo's want for chaos and taking over the server, I can see that leading to Dream escaping. And maybe the egg's ultimate goal is to have Dream escape, and that's why the egg needs multiple people. Boom! Plot twist. But that is definitely what I can see happening on the server, at least to me. I see that being a high possibility of things to come. I definitely see that being a possibility of things to come. And I'm really interested to see where this goes exactly, and where we are going to come from here, and everything. And I can definitely see maybe, you know, if the vines spread to the prison, I could see that maybe affecting the redstone somehow, or stuff like that, and that could lead Dream escaping. Because there's no way that green man, with how smart he is not gonna find a way out. Now, obviously, I don't think it's gonna be a portal stasis chamber, because I heard that if you get killed while you have a portal stasis chamber, it doesn't work. So I don't think that they're going to be using the portal stasis chamber. Although I could definitely see that happening, because I did notice, you know, after that one video that talked about portal stasis chambers, I did notice that Ranboo and Philza and Technoblade and all of them, they did make a portal stasis chamber, you know, by their place, you know. So I could definitely see that being a possibility of something that they would do to make a portal stasis chamber. And, you know, they actually know about the portal stasis chamber now. I don't know if they did before, but I could definitely see them watching that video, and they could be considering an idea like that. Now, we also know, we know that Dream and Ranboo have some kind of connection, and we don't know quite what it is. I do think that Ranboo is part Dreamon, or at least possessed by a Dreamon, but I do definitely see that coming into play a lot more than what it is now. And as we all know, Ranboo is sleepwalking, and when he sleepwalks, he says that, you know, he lost one of his beacons. You know what you can use your beacon for? Haste. And haste could maybe counteract the minor fatigue and everything like that. And counteracting the minor fatigue, I can see that being a big possibility for things to come. And the minor fatigue and the haste, I can just see Ranboo in this, I guess, kind of blackout, empty space. I can see him unintentionally trying to break Dream out of the prison, because, you know, Ranboo also noticed that he had more blackstone as well. And, you know, one day we saw that the outside portal was just open, and things like that. And I just see a lot of evidence that Dream is going to escape soon. And I think that the realities are going to come together, and that will lead to Dream escaping. And maybe Ranboo will be stuck in the prison instead, or Ranboo will be stuck with Dream. But I do not think that this is over for Dream and Ranboo, and I think we're going to see more of Ranboo while influenced as a Dreamon, and things like that. And we're going to see more evidence of that as we come across in the future. Because to me, it was really interesting that Dream treated Ranboo like a friend when he walked right into the prison. And to me, that is a big, big sign. And, you know, Dream kept saying, Ranboo and Dream were good friends. And it's like talking in that third person again. You know, before Dream didn't do that with anybody else, but he does it with Ranboo. And I feel like he knows the connection and attachment there, and he's trying to use that to profit off of that, or exploit that. And that's why he's been doing it. And, you know, Dream knows he's a Dreamon, and Dream knows that Ranboo is a Dreamon, but Ranboo doesn't know that he is a Dreamon. And there's just this whole thing of, you know, Dream trying to get Ranboo to listen to Dreamon, and that's why he talks in third person. And I find it really interesting about how excited Dream was that Ranboo showed up to visit him. But I do think that it was not real. There's a lot of evidence that things weren't quite the way it should be when he visited. But I can still see him waking up in the prison. Maybe with Dream this time. But, you know, without the walls collapsing, and maybe some things will go back to normal and things like that. But for now, I definitely see that there is evidence that that world was definitely not the Dream SMP, and that it was a bit twisted and not the same reality. And I don't even know if it was the same server at all. I could see that I could see them copying like things from the main world over and the prison over and everything. Because to me, it did not seem quite like the Dream SMP to me. And I don't know about anyone else, but I definitely see a little signs that it's a little bit shaky. I mean, obviously that nether portal could have just been a cursed portal. Cursed portals happen on the Dream SMP all the time. Portals are a little bit whack there. But even still, to me, there's a lot of evidence that there is something more going on, and that there is a lot more to come. And I think that Dream is trying to, you know, wake Ranboo up to the fact that he has Dreamon influence. And that's why, you know, like pointing out his memory issues and pointing out the do not read books. And I find it interesting that the books in the chest were suddenly all just do not read with full copies of his memory books. And it's just really interesting because Dream doesn't manipulate people the same way he manipulates Ranboo. It seems much more different, and I just find that really interesting, to me at least, how that is and how everything's going with that. And I definitely see a lot to come. And there is a lot that is going to be happening, and we're just gonna see, you know, Ranboo main character arc. Woo. But I think the SMP is in danger. Dream is going to escape, and I don't know where he will go to hide, but I think it'll be a while before anyone catches him when he does escape. And I can see Ranboo taking part of the blame for it, and maybe Ranboo will turn himself into the prison and he won't understand what's happening to him because of the Dreamon influence, and he'll step forward and be like, it's my fault, etc., etc. But I do also see the egg taking some part in this. It could go either way, really. I do definitely think Ranboo is a big part of this whole thing, but the egg also has just opened a lot of questions that I don't fully quite know the answers to. And I can see the egg being involved as well, especially since Badboyhalo said that, you know, he wants to plant a little bit of the egg in the prison, and I can see that affecting things. But the other thing that throws me off is that Dream did not like the egg when he first saw it, which was a long time ago, before the prison was even made. But Dream was not a big fan of the egg at that time period, but he does remember it, and he didn't say anything bad about it when he was in the prison. And maybe that Dream was, you know, a period of time where Dream was freed from the Dreamon, but I don't know. It's really interesting to me. I can kind of see, in some ways I can see Dream coming back to stop the egg and stop, you know, Badlands from taking over and having the egg pirate take over. I can see him kind of doing that kind of thing too. I can see him having some kind of solution to it, and maybe that will set him free, maybe, or he'll get out to do that. So I could definitely see Dream being in some way a part of the egg, in some way. It's just a question of where and how does everything connect. Because to me, there's so many theories I could have for Dream in the prison, and, you know, Awesamdude could be corrupted by the egg. I definitely already said that, but yeah, there's a lot to fear, and there's a lot that we're not ready for yet, and it's going to be unexpected, and it's going to be big. And I'm really interested to see what's to come when Dream escapes, and who's going to be blamed for it. Is Ranboo going to get killed for it? And I can just see this being a very interesting period of time on the SMP, and it's honestly way less predictable than anything I've seen on the server so far. I do wonder who Dream originally was going to put in the prison, because he was going to put someone in there that knew too much or was powerful, and you know, a lot of people said Technoblade because, you know, he's such a good PvP god and everything, and he's an anarchist and everything, but I could kind of see that maybe it was meant for Karl Jacobs, the time traveler, because, you know, he knows a lot and he's been trying to influence the plot. Like I said, Karl Jacobs tried to get Badboyhalo away from Quackity and everything, and I can see Karl Jacobs becoming much more of a main part than he was before, and that's connecting with the tales from the SMP and also just as a server as a whole. And we're gonna see a lot of things from that, and maybe Karl will do something about Dream in the prison and Ranboo, but we don't know quite yet, and I'm excited to see, and I'm excited to know more answers about Ranboo's little blackouts that happen in the prison and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the video. Definitely comment down below any theories you may have as well. I definitely love to see all your guys' theories and everything you guys have to say about things. I definitely greatly appreciate comments. Comments are really cool and awesome and amazing, and I just really like to read them and see what you guys think about my theories, and, you know, celebrate the fact that I was right about Dream going into the prison, because, you know, getting somewhere in the world. I knew it. I knew that green bastard was going in there. I just knew it. I was right. I was correct. I don't know what to say. I'm just so smart like that. I must be one of the scriptwriters. I don't know. Yeah, definitely do comment down below and share this video with any people you may know, any friends, any colleagues, your cash register person, your cashier at the grocery store or anything. And yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys a lot for being here and for sticking around and everything, and definitely tell me what you think is going to happen next with the Dream SMP. If you think Dream is going to escape because of the egg, or because of Ranboo, or because of both. And tell me what you thought of Ranboo's visit to the prison and everything, because I'm very interested and curious to hear about that. And if you guys think that, you know, it could be like a Frambo type situation where, you know, there's two different realities and they're going to influence the other, despite one not being real, and that things that are happening in the ultra reality will definitely come into a big play on the SMP anyway. I definitely see that being a big main thing. But yeah, guys, definitely do subscribe, like the video, or dislike it if you hate it, but I don't know why you would. But thank you guys so much for being here and things, and, you know, I greatly appreciate every single one of you, and let's get to 1K, guys! Let's do it! We can do it! We can definitely do it! I believe in you. Bye!